Welcome back to Health Horizon. Today we're diving into the world of vitamin D, a crucial nutrient that powers our bone health and strengthens our immune system. Did you know that despite its importance, a shocking number of people around the world are still deficient in vitamin D? It's time to change that. In today's video, we'll explore a comprehensive list of the best vitamin D-rich foods, how they work in our bodies, and how to incorporate them seamlessly into your diet. Trust me, you'll want to watch until the very end to ensure you're getting the full picture of how to boost your health naturally. And stick around, because I'll be busting some myths about vitamin D that might surprise you. Let's get started. The role of vitamin D in our bodies. First things first, why is vitamin D so crucial? Well, it plays a starring role in calcium absorption, the very thing that keeps our bones strong. Without enough vitamin D, our bodies can't use calcium effectively, which leads to bone weakness, fractures, and even osteoporosis in the long run. But it doesn't stop there. Vitamin D is also a key player in our immune system, acting like a shield that protects us from infections and diseases. Low levels of vitamin D have even been linked to autoimmune disorders, frequent colds, and more. So, are you ready to discover the best sources of this powerhouse nutrient? The sunshine vitamin, getting it from the sun. Before we talk about food, let's discuss the most natural source, sunlight. When our skin is exposed to the sun, it produces vitamin D. But here's the thing. Factors like geography, skin color, age, and the use of sunscreen can affect how much vitamin D we can actually make. Experts suggest spending 10 to 30 minutes in midday sun several times a week, but that's not always practical. If you live in areas with long winters or if you have a busy indoor lifestyle, you'll need to focus more on your diet. So, let's dive into our list of vitamin D-rich foods. Fatty fish and seafood. Number 1 on our list is fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna. These are some of the richest natural sources of vitamin D. For instance, a single 3.5-ounce serving of cooked salmon can provide around 600 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D. Salmon. A great source, particularly wild-caught salmon, which has higher vitamin D levels compared to farmed salmon. Mackerel. Contains significant amounts of vitamin D and is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Sardines. These small fish are usually canned in oil and provide both calcium and vitamin D. Tuna. Canned light tuna is a budget-friendly and convenient source of vitamin D. If you're buying fish, opt for wild-caught varieties when possible. They generally contain higher levels of vitamin D compared to farmed ones. Not a fan of fish? Stick with me. There are more options coming up. Cod liver oil. Next, we have cod liver oil. It might not sound appealing, but it's a fantastic source of vitamin D, providing about 450 IU per teaspoon. And the benefits don't stop there. It's also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are excellent for heart health. A supplement form of vitamin D derived from fish liver oil, which also contains vitamin A. If the taste isn't for you, try flavored capsules. Just be sure to check with your healthcare provider before starting a supplement. Egg yolks. Egg lovers, rejoice. Egg yolks contain vitamin D, but here's a fun fact. The amount depends on the chicken's diet. Eggs from pasture-raised or vitamin D-fortified hens can have up to 6 times more vitamin D than those from conventionally raised chickens. The yolk contains vitamin D, so consuming whole eggs is beneficial. Eggs from pasture-raised or free-range chickens may have higher vitamin D levels. So, whenever possible, go for eggs from local farms or organic sources. And remember, it's the yolk that holds the vitamin D, so don't skip it. Mushrooms. Did you know that mushrooms are the only plant-based source of vitamin D? When exposed to sunlight or UV light, mushrooms can produce vitamin D too. Varieties like Maytake and Portobello are particularly rich in it. Mushrooms, especially wild varieties, can produce vitamin D2 when exposed to sunlight. Some commercially grown mushrooms are treated with UV light to boost their vitamin D content. To maximize vitamin D content, leave your mushrooms in the sun for about 30 minutes before cooking. It's a simple trick that can significantly boost their vitamin D levels. Fortified foods. For those who follow a vegan or vegetarian diet, fortified foods are essential. These include plant-based milk, like almond, soy, and oat milk, orange juice, and breakfast cereals. Just make sure to check the label for vitamin D content. Milk. Most cow's milk in the US is fortified with vitamin D. Most commercially available cow's milk is fortified with vitamin D to help enhance calcium absorption and bone health. A typical 8-ounce glass provides around 100 IU of vitamin D. Enjoy it as a drink, in smoothies, or use it to prepare oatmeal or soups. Plant-based milk alternatives. Almond, soy, and oat milk are often fortified with vitamin D. Though not traditional dairy, plant-based alternatives are often fortified to provide the same level of vitamin D as cow's milk. An 8-ounce serving may contain about 100 to 120 IU. Use these as a substitute in cereals, smoothies, or coffee. Orange juice. Many brands fortify orange juice with vitamin D. Breakfast cereals and oatmeal. Many cereals are fortified, but always check the labels. Yogurt. Some varieties are fortified with vitamin D. Many brands fortify yogurt with vitamin D. A 6-ounce serving can provide about 80 to 100 IU of vitamin D, depending on the brand and type. Incorporate it into breakfast bowls, smoothies, or use it as a base for dips and sauces. Fortified foods can be a convenient way to increase your vitamin D intake, especially during the winter months when sunlight is scarce. Dairy products. Classic dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt are often fortified with vitamin D. 1 cup of fortified milk can give you up to 120 IU of vitamin D. If you're lactose intolerant or avoid dairy, you can try lactose-free versions or plant-based alternatives. Cheese naturally contains small amounts of vitamin D, but the levels are generally not as high as fortified products. For example, cheddar cheese provides about 6 international units per ounce. Add cheese to sandwiches, salads, or eat it as a snack to boost your vitamin D intake slightly. Fortified cottage cheese. Some cottage cheese varieties are fortified with vitamin D. However, the fortification is not as common, so be sure to check the label. Use it in savory dishes, or pair it with fruits for a nutritious snack. Beef liver. A nutritious organ meat that contains vitamin D, iron, and protein, but it's best consumed in moderation due to its high vitamin A content. Fortified tofu and soy products. Many soy products, such as tofu and soy milk, are fortified with vitamin D, making them great options for vegetarians and vegans, supplements, and safe dosing. Sometimes even a healthy diet and sunlight aren't enough to meet your vitamin D needs. That's where supplements come in. But be careful, taking too much can be harmful. Adults typically need 600 to 800 IU per day, and some people may require higher doses. Always consult with a healthcare professional to determine the right dosage for you. Busting common myths. Let's wrap up with some common myths about vitamin D. Myth number 1. If you take vitamin D supplements, you don't need calcium. False. They work together, and you need both for optimal bone health. Remember, staying informed is key to making the best choices for your health. I hope you found this video eye-opening and packed with valuable information. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Health Horizon for more health and wellness tips. Let me know in the comments, which vitamin D-rich food is your favorite, or do you have a new one to try after today's video? Until next time, stay healthy and strong.